Hi everyone, this is Kilzhot from 99 Gaming, and this is the top 9 at 9 top movie villains of all time. I am super excited about this. I was almost late because I was preparing a lot of different information, checking different websites, and I know there's going to be just a ton of different opinions. This is going to be a full spectrum. There's so many different choices. I had people saying it could be animation, cartoons, what type of movies. No, just hands off. Anything that we want to do here, completely open territory. Any villain that you so want to add to the conversation. So this is going to be the official top 9, not a top 10, not somebody else's list. There's a top hundreds out there. There's top 50s. We break it down for 99 Gaming just to the top 9. So appreciate all of you guys being here. Everything that you guys bring to the table. Looking forward to just a lot of different opinions that are out there. And hopefully you guys all brought your list. There's so many different things out there. Are we coming through loud and clear? Everybody, I see a few people kind of coming in at the last minute. At least you guys made it. I want to say what's up, Steph Richardson, Lindsay Luke. Thanks for being here. Northside Queen, I see you out there as well. Carol McFry in the house. I see Dark Angel. Emmy Desiree Bacon. What's going on, Emmy Bacon? Hello to everybody. So hopefully get a few more people that'll start to stroll in here very, very soon. Did you guys all get the, hopefully you got the notification? And we got a lot of information to go through, so I know this is going to be, there's Walani jumping in here. Cool, cool. It's okay. Nobody's super late here. If I'm coming through loud and clear, just type a quick 999 in here just to make sure that you know, there's not a whole lot of lag going on with these live streams. There shouldn't be. Wilson's already got number 9. He's like, I'm giving you my number 9. We're not even wasting any time. I'll set the stage just for a couple things. First of all, and a couple weeks ago, I tried to do I don't know what it was. I did a top 10, even though we're doing our top 9. But I think it's a little bit easier. It's a little bit more unique. And, okay, good. We're in pretty good shape. So here's kind of a little bit of the way this works is I'm going to go through some different sites. I will tell you, there's a lot of discrepancy sometimes between other people's top 10s. Today, I don't have a lot of objections. So as we go through these, you're going to see a lot of similarities. And I honestly had to do a little bit of research because I'm partial to my list. You know, I've got the people that are just like my dire villains, but I think I changed my opinion on a few things when I started to look at other people's lists. So it should work out really, really well. Let's get this thing rolling. So we'll go through about 3 at a time. What I'm going to ask you guys to do is not yet, so hold on. We'll go 7, 8, 9. That'll be the first 3 that we end up doing. But before I do that, I'm going to read somebody else's top 10 just to get your mind sort of working in this direction, because you're going to hear some villains that like, oh yeah, I forgot what that person actually did, but then you're going to hear a lot of different people. Just as a reminder, things you say in chat, I'm probably going to call on you. I'm going to read your name. People will watch this in playback. So once the video goes live, if you could also get over there and leave comments once the video goes live, because a lot of people will watch this actually in playback. So here we go. This is a let's see whose list we want to start with. I have several. So this is Taste of Cinema. So Taste of Cinema, I'm going to run through their top 10. This is the first one, and then I'll go through a couple notable snubs just to get you going. So at number 10, they had Frank Booth, Blue Velvet. Number 9, Amon Goeth. From Schindler's List, Alex DeLarge was very, very popular on a lot of lists. I got to be honest, I've never seen Clockwork Orange. I might be the only person, but evidently I might have to go back and watch that because some pretty evil stuff I was reading about that. Number 7, John Doe from 7. Number 6, Norman Bates. Then we also got Jack Torrance. We got Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men. I did see that, and yeah, he did some pretty violent stuff. Number 3, Hannibal. Number 2, Vader. And number 1, the Joker. So just a few ideas out there to get you going. So what I'm going to ask all of you to do, keep in mind we're going backwards to the top, is think about those and a few other things. And remember, the challenge with this is you have to save spots for your number 1. So if you haven't done a list, you're going to need to modify it a little bit. So I'm going to ask you to do right now, and I'm going to call out a few of your lists, is give me your 7, 8, 9 in that order. So, just put 7, 8, 9. That way I know which ones that you guys are actually doing. I'm going to call a few of yours, and we just kind of work this list down, and at the very end, we come up with our own top 9. So there's really no argument. Yeah, I got to tell you, the more I kind of read that with Clockwork Orange, evidently he crippled someone and then raped his wife or something. It was pretty bizarre stuff. So I haven't seen it, and I guess he drinks some type of drug-laced milk. So it looked very, very creepy. So anyway, give me your 7, 8, 9. I'm going to read a few of the choices there. And it can be all over the place. I know I'm going to get some Ivan Drago. We're going to get some Wicked Witch. We're going to get some Judge Dredd. A little bit of everything. That's all right, Deidre. We're going to have several more lists. Because what I do is I jump around from list to list. So it's just as a basis to kind of get your mind thinking in one direction or another. All right. Let's get some of those 7, 8s, and 9s working so we can start to narrow ours down. So Carol is Miss Voorhees, Chucky, and Carrie. So Jason Voorhees' mom, Chucky. Oh, Chucky wasn't on a lot of lists, but I definitely do like Chucky. Lindsay Luke is, let's see, 7, 8, 9. She's got Jafar, Scar from Lion King, and Michael Myers. Michael Myers did make a few lists. Anne Hodge. Anne's coming in with Alex DeLarge, The Joker, and Wicked Witch of the West. Good choices. What else we got? Oh, Walani. Lex Luthor. I did not see him on a lot of lists, surprising. Jaws and Wicked Witch. All right, I got you. Ooh, Dark Angel, I'm going to tell you, Nurse Ratched might be low because she was on the top of a lot of lists. So she's going Nurse Ratched, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Chucky, and Jason Voorhees. What else we got here? Kelly Golanzinier says Cruella. I did see that on a couple lists. Yeah, she wanted to kill puppies. Come on. You can't have that. Wicked Witch and Michael Myers. I'm glad to see the Wicked Witch on a few. Steph Richardson, Norman Stansfield, and The Professional, Ann Wilkes from Misery, and Alex Forrest from Fatal Attraction. Oh, very nice. Who else we got here? Oh, look, Kel's definitely going Jigsaw, Jaws, and Hans Gruber. Hans Gruber definitely made my list, though. All right, Jigsaw, Jaws. I'm good to see Jaws made a few lists. Hans Gruber's up there. Tommy Sweetass McCandless is going with Hans Gruber, Ivan Drago. I do like me some Rocky IV. And Tyler Durden, Fight Club. Deidre coming in with Hans Gruber. A lot of Die Hard fans out there. Baby Jane and Scar. All right, I think we've hit on most people. I missed Westwick 88. Saruman from Lord of the Rings, John Doe, and Detective Alonzo Harris from Training Day. John Doe definitely is on some lists. All right, I may not hit everybody on every different category, but at least I'm going to try to get as many of them in that we can. Maleficent, Wicked Witch, and Johnny from The Shining. Whew. All right, some very good 7, 8s, and 9s. So it's good stuff. Let me. I'm going to go ahead and table a few of those, and let's get another list working. And in this one, I'm going to do a few more notable snubs. So we can definitely start putting some stuff together. Let's see. That was, I don't know whose list that was. All right. Well, we're saving that one. All right, this is Empire Online. So Empire Online, once again, I'm going to do their top 10, and we're going to stick with our top 9. So number 10, Tommy DeVito. This has some older movies in it. I'm surprised Rial's not on. Rial is like our resident older movie and older actor person. Let's see. Tommy DeVito, number 10. Richard III is number 9. Who? Some dude from Shane. Was it? I don't know who it was. Number 7, Anton Chigurh, No Country for Old Men. I'm going to tell you, that made a lot of lists. He was a violent dude. Number 6, Hans Reckert from the movie M, 1931. I never saw it. Number 5 made a lot of lists. Amon Goeth from Schindler's List. Number 4, Cody Jarrett from White Heat. Harry Powell, Night of the Hunter, is number 3. Nurse Ratched was number 2. And Hannibal was number 1, and that is Empire Online. So I have several lists here. I'm going to go through many of them, and I'll call out who it is as we go through the list. And let me go ahead and let's double up here, and then we'll get your next 3. So this is another, yeah, Goodfellas was a great movie, no doubt about that. So Cinemaholic, real quick, I'm going to go through Cinemaholic's top 10. I'll do these a little bit faster because you've heard a lot of these names. Anton Chigurh, Nurse Ratched, number 9. Alex DeLarge, number 8. Clockwork Orange again. Michael Corleone from The Godfather, number 7. Number 6, The Joker. Number 5, Amon Goeth, once again. Number 4, a little different here, HAL 9000 from Space Odyssey. Number 3, Darth Vader. Number 2, Norman Bates. And number 1, Hannibal Lecter once again. So you can see a lot of the same people on some of these lists. My top 9 didn't make a lot of these, so I'll go through a few of mine a little bit later on. All right, so we've got that under our belt. So at this point, somebody's ahead of the game, Steph Richardson. All right, but that is the next thing. We are going to go 4, 5, and 6. So Steph Richardson is a little early here. She's saying Darth Vader, number 4. Might be a little low, but I'll give you that. Agent Smith from The Matrix. And also T-1000 from Terminator 2. So T-1000. Fun fact here, T-1000 is called mimetic metal polyalloy, which means he's a shapeshifter. So yes. And I remember when he made that, when his arm turned into that long knife, and he like, oh man, that was kind of cool, wasn't it? All right, Lindsay Luke coming up with Hannibal. Pennywise from It and Norman Bates. So Hannibal's a little low there, Lindsay. Hannibal all the way down to 6. I don't know if Hannibal's going to be that low. And Norman Bates, of course. Who else we got? Wow, Kale's going with Hannibal at number 4. I can't wait to see who you guys have at number 1 if you don't have Hannibal up there. Hannibal, John Doe, and oh yes, Kelly, you got absolutely one of my favorite, Patrick Bateman. Patrick Bateman might be my number 1, to be perfectly honest with you. I do love me some American Psycho. But if everybody said Patrick Bateman, that's going to be so far off of what the mainstream says. That was my personal favorite villain, my number 1, but my list isn't going to... This isn't about me. This is about all of our ideas. Tommy coming in. Wow. Tommy's got Patrick Bateman up there at 6. Hans Landa and John Doe. So we do have some 7. Kelly Golanzini or Nurse Ratched, Norman Bates, and Jack. Deidre John Doe was Kevin Spacey in 7 with Brad Pitt. Kel's like, my list rocks. I'm just telling you. Jamie Taylor, Negan is not from a movie. It's a TV show. I can't give you that. Westwick is going, number 6 is going Drago, Freddy Krueger, and Leatherface. Very nice. Good to see Freddy Krueger up there. I don't think Freddy's going to be in the top. I don't know. I don't think Freddy will be in the top 3. Yep. That was very rough what John Doe did. Carol says Pinhead, Michael Myers, and Jigsaw. So you're going like horror style. So Pinhead from Hellraiser. Michael Myers. Yeah, Jigsaw was pretty rough. Who we got? Dark Angel, Miss White from Carrie, Jack Torrance, and Shirka. Wait, who's the last one? Dark Angel. I'm trying to keep up with everybody's list. Walani says Mr. Glass, Hook, and Dr. No. I told you this list was going to be like all over the place. Well, once I read a couple more lists, and it's going to give you some things to think about. All right, I think we got most everybody called up here, so I'm going to move on to a brand. Tommy's like, boo, Leatherface. We do have a pretty good working list so far, though. All right, let's get to somebody else's list just to get you thinking about a couple things here. This is shortlist.com. A little bit different. You're going to hear a couple more names here that we didn't have on the other one. Another one of my personal favorites is on this, and I'm surprised nobody had them down. And we'll go through some snubs on this one as well, too. Number 10, Dudley Smith from L.A. Confidential. Number 9, Ernst Blofeld from all the James Bond movies. I guess he was in 6 different James Bond movies. Number 8, another personal favorite of mine. If I can't have Patrick Bateman, then I would probably go with Gordon Gekko. Gordon Gekko made number 8. I really like Wall Street. Number 7, Amon Goeth, Schindler's List, showing up on a lot of lists. Number 6, somebody mentioned this a little bit earlier, not a lot, but Agent Smith from Matrix. Number 5, T-1000 from Terminator. Number 4, Hans Gruber. Number 3, Tommy DeVito, Joe Pesci. You don't cuss Joe Two Guns Pesci or Tommy Two Guns DeVito. You'll get shot. Number 2 is Hannibal Lecter, and number 1, Darth Vader. Some notable snubs here. Ivan Drago was ranked 13th on that list. General Zod from the Superman movies, 15th. Norman Bates all the way down to 17. And the Joker from Batman, I think, was like 20. So Joker was pretty low on that list. So that gives you a few more things to think about. So we are going to move along to, you guys know how we do it. I don't want your number 1. All right, for this one, all I want, follow the instructions. Don't get ahead here. Oh, Jamie Taylor's going Kylo Ren, Bane, and Darth Maul. Those are all good choices. Hang on, let me definitely get those down. Jamie, I don't think Kylo just being in that movie is going to be all time. I don't think, but it's your list. Not trying to change your list, but I think Kylo, yeah, I don't think he's going to be a top villain of all time. But he did kill what we think. He killed Han Solo. All right, let's do this. Wow, people are getting a notification. Wow. Yeah, I got to get these notifications out early. Check the Facebook page, though. Those things will always be up there because I definitely want to get as much insight as we possibly can. All right, so I got a couple more lists, but I'm not going through those yet. So for this one, this is what I want you to do. Give me your 2 and 3 only. Do not give me a number 1. Just number 2, number 3. Save your number 1. Put it to the side because that's going to be big when we start getting to all the number 1. So just give me your number 2, number 3. Yeah, I think Kylo needs a couple movies under his belt. That's just my opinion. All right, so Kel is coming in with Freddy Krueger and the Joker. Westwick, Darth Vader and Jaws. Lindsay, Jason Voorhees, Jason, and Freddy. And coming in with Chucky. Oh, she got Chucky high on the list. Chucky at number 3. And Hannibal. Carol coming in with Darth Vader, Darth, and Jason. Oh, man, a lot of people don't like clowns, right? Pennywise and Freddy. Loki and Pennywise. Good choices. All right, we'll get a few more. We got a couple people still waiting on them to chime in for their number 2 and number 3. You know, the one thing I will say is our group is very passionate toward horror movies. All right, so she's got Lethal Weapon. So Mr. Joshua and Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, a lot of people are creeped out by clowns. I'm okay with them. All right, a few more people chiming in. And then I'm going to get to somebody else's list here, just so you can just kind of see. Here's a list that I threw together. This is not necessarily in any order, but it's a few notable snubs that a lot of you have left out. A couple people have chimed in with these, but they made other people's 11, 12, and 13. So Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I see Lord Voldemort there. That was one that was on the list as well, too. Pretty high up, Deidre, but I like it. Let's see, Dracula. Somebody did mention Cruella a little bit earlier. Michael Myers, Jaws. A couple people mentioned that. Magneto. And another one that almost made everybody, these notable sites, Kaiser Soze from Usual Suspects. So Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey made a lot of lists. He plays a lot of villains. You go back and we could probably do a Kevin Spacey night. Definitely Warden Norton is it's creepy. What did he say to I can't remember the other character's name. when he said, "Am I being obtuse?" And then what did he do? He cut his Achilles heel. Oh, yeah, he was a bad dude. Yeah, I think a lot of people really leaned it toward horror movies. I mean, there are a lot of other villains that are notable. I'm going to give you one list, if I can find it, because I thought this was really funny that most of the villains, with the exception of like Nurse Ratched, there's a lot of male villains. So, and I knew it was going to go in this direction because I'm looking at a lot of your list, and you got Hannibal, John Doe, Patrick Bateman, Darth Vader, Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, you know, and on and on and on. So I do want to just read this. This is from Screen Rant. This is the top 10 female villains of all time. So just to kind of get some names out there. Catherine Trammell from Basic Instinct. I guess that was Sharon Stone. Mystique, number 9. Catwoman, number 8. Joan Crawford, Mommy Dearest. Dolores Umbridge, Harry Potter. Norma Desmond from Sunset Boulevard. Oren Ishii was Lucy Liu in Kill Bill. The Wicked Witch of the West, that was mentioned. Annie Wilkes, Misery, I saw a couple people mention that, and then Nurse Ratched. So I haven't seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in a long time, but you know, I'm gonna have to go back and check that out, like that and Clockwork Orange. But you know, at this point, I may watch it, may just like derange me. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just avoid that. And before we get to everybody's number one and really start to put our list together, it's like you're going to get this list, and honestly, I don't know if it's going to be all time because we have about a third of our normal subscribers because I guess a notification didn't go out, one, and I didn't link it on different sites. So it is a small sampling, and it seems like most of the people that are here are leaning toward horror movies. But anyway, that's the direction we're going to go. This is Games Radar. This is the last top 10 I'm going to do, and then I'm going to ask everybody. Kel, you need to watch that. It was an excellent movie. Game Radar, top 10 villains of all time. Some of the names you are going to hear once again. Number 10, Norman Bates. Number 9, Warden Samuel Norton, Shawshank Redemption. Number 8, Mr. Potter from It's a Wonderful Life. Number 7, Amon Goeth. Number 6, Jack Torrance from The Shining. Number 5, Nurse Ratched, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Number 4, Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men. Number 3, Hannibal Lecter. Number 2, Darth Vader. And number 1, the Joker. So that is another site's list. So you can see a lot of them have very similar, you know, who they go with. But those are some of the, you know, greatest movies of all time that are out there. So here we go. I need to get everybody put your thinking caps on. This is going to be what really shapes the list, and then I'll need just a couple seconds to sort of tabulate in the 999 supercomputer and see if we can come up with our top 9. So we've got the 3s, we got the 2s. So here we go, everybody. I need your number 1 movie villain of all time. Don't hold back. Let's see what you guys got, and then we'll sort of put together a list. We'll debate it a little bit, and we'll talk about some notable snubs. So give me your number 1s, and I should be able to keep up with this one. I'm going to try to read everybody's number 1 that I can come up with. So let's get these things rolling. Pennywise. That is Kel coming in. The Kurgan from the Highlander. Lindsay Luke. Tommy says Hannibal. Darth Vader from Kelly. Darth Vader from Ann Hodge. Carol says Norman Bates. Walani says the Joker. Westwick says number 1 is Xenomorph, alien from the original Alien. D. Mooney says Lord Voldemort. Jamie Taylor is Jason. Emmy's coming in with Darth Vader. A lot of Vaders in the house. Cyrus the Virus, Dark Angel. Who else we got? Negan is not on the list, Northside. We can't. He's TV. The Hitcher, John Ryder. All right, let's get a few more on the list. It is leaning toward Darth, but we haven't confirmed it yet. We get a few more people to chime. Temporary offline. We're back. Just waiting on one or two more. Hopefully everything's coming through loud and clear. All right, last chance. If everything's up and running, just give me a quick 999. We should be good to go. You guys just reload. And gives us just a little bit of time to come through with the 999 official top 9. There was a lot of people that made other people's top 9s that did not make our top 9 though. All right, here we go. All right. There's going to be just a little bit of radio silence. Hold tight, everybody. Still tabulating. All right, 3 more spots to fill. Just give me one more second, and we're going to make the official announcement. We'll do the countdown. This is the 999 complete list. Top movie villains of all time. Okay, everybody, as promised, here it is. These are based on yours. We'll talk about some notable snubs because I know everybody's list is not going to be perfect, but you do have to really take the masses and sort of add it all together, right? So here we go, and we're going to give the tiebreaker. The Wicked Witch barely missed out. If we were doing a top 10, the Wicked Witch would have came in at number 10. But we're not. We're only doing a top 9. So here we go. Number 9, Jigsaw. from the Saw movies. You know, multiple movies, not a bad number 9. Number 8, Michael Myers, Halloween. I would say the first couple Halloweens are probably a little scarier than the other ones. That is number 8. Number 7, Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th. Several people had Jason a little bit lower down, but he did make the list. The first real shock to me, that is 7, 8, 9. We got Jason, Michael Myers, and Jigsaw. Once again, not your typical villains, but your horror villains. Not your Lex Luthor type of thing. Let's move on to number 6. Number 6 is definitely one of the most renowned villains and actually made a couple websites number 1. This was the first real shock to me. The Joker, all the way down to number 6. Number 5, probably one of the most bizarre, I guess we could classify it as a horror movie, but it was more of like a drama, thriller, suspense. John Doe from 7, number 5. And number 4, you can already see there are several that did not make the cut here. There's a few people that got left out. They're going to be outside looking in. Number 4 is Norman Bates from Psycho. So recap real quick before we get to our top 3. Norman Bates, number 4. John Doe, number 5. The Joker, number 6. Jason, number 7. Michael Myers, number 8. And Jigsaw, number 9. And here we are with the top 3. Coming in at number 3. You know what? I'm going to open up to you guys. You guys want to type real quick and see if you know who the number 3 is? Jeepers Creepers was scary. Your number 3, the consensus is Pennywise from It. Came in at number 3. Number 2, really, really evil, Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal comes in at number 2. And your all-time villain, and I got no problem with this one because it was on several other lists, is Darth Vader. Darth Vader is the consensus. So many number 1 votes. Also, there are several people had him at 6, 7, 8. So we'll walk it through one more time. No Freddy Krueger on the list. Freddy was very sporadic in some of your thoughts. It could definitely be. I'm not saying Jason Voorhees versus Freddy. I mean, we could have a different horror debate. I would probably lean toward Jason. Michael Myers versus Freddy. Jigsaw, yeah, I'm okay with it. So once again, here it is. Here's the top 9. And then we're going to go through just some notable snubs as we wrap this down. Number 9, Jigsaw. Number 8, Michael Myers. Number 7, Jason Voorhees. Number 6, The Joker. Number 5, John Doe from 7. Number 4, Norman Bates. Psycho. Number 3, Pennywise. It. Number 2, Hannibal. And number 1, Darth Vader. So this is your consensus, 999. Yeah, Darth Vader was several people's number 1 that came in, and then several people had him at 4, 5, 6. Patrick Bateman was my number 1, American Psycho, but what do I know about these lists? I just take your ideas and we put them all together. But I do want to, before we end the stream, we will wind it down in a little bit. Why, and I guess if we haven't seen these movies, we have to kind of work with the crowd a little bit. But let me talk about some of the notable snubs that were on the all-time list of many other sites. Here, Games Radar, Joker was number 1, Darth Vader number 2, Hannibal number 3, so I got no problem with that. We were right in line. Empire Online, Hannibal was number 1. Well, I mean, we had a Hannibal number 2, so I'm okay. But on a lot of sites, Nurse Ratched is on their list. So the 3 that we left off are the 4 big names that we left off. Nurse Ratched, Amon Goeth, Anton Chigurh, and Tommy DeLonge. Or DeLarge, sorry. I haven't seen the movie, so you can tell I don't know how to say it. So, No, I'm sorry. Alex DeLarge, Clockwork Orange. I'm mixing some of the other ones. Tommy DeVito was the other one. So, let me go through our snubs again. Maybe, and that's probably part of it. So, first of all, how many people here in the chat don't know who Nurse Ratched is? If you don't, and you haven't seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, type 999 if you're not familiar with that. So this is what I would ask. You don't have to do it, but for one of our future streams, check out that movie and see if you would put her on the list. Just Netflix it or something. Without the chill. Just Netflix and like really watch the movie. And I'm telling you, she was like top 5 on a lot of lists. So Amon Goeth from Schindler's List. How many people have not seen Schindler's List? Because that's the only thing that I can say of why we probably did not. And you can always, you know, if you don't watch the whole movie, you can probably YouTube a couple scenes. Well, and see, that's what I'm saying, Steph. Like, when we start to talk about it and do a little research, there's a lot of people like, oh, man, she was bad, but she didn't make our top 9. So that kind of confuses me a little bit. I mean, another person that didn't make it barely missed out was Jack Torrance from The Shining. Here's Johnny. Now, admittedly, Alex DeLarge, when I was doing some research on this, I was like, whoa, I have not seen Clockwork Orange, but this would make my list. And then I heard a few of you say, yeah, that's a crazy movie, but nobody really put him on the list. And this one was either Amon Goeth or Anton Chigurh. Anton Chigurh was like on almost everybody's list. No Country for Old Men. And if you haven't seen that, check him out. I saw that one where the dude's standing there and he walks up and he says, like, hold still. And he just puts a bullet, like, or a staple or something in his head. So yeah, there are a lot of great villains. Yep, and you had a couple of them on the list, but and you know, if I would have given you 24 hours, you might have had a little bit more time to prepare. So it is a little bit spontaneous, and it, like I said, it's a small sampling because there's a lot of people who are normally on the streams on Thursday night. That we've got about a third of the normal people. So I'm sure a larger sampling would have changed a lot of those. Because we do get a bunch of different perspectives. Westwick is like, Anton's not a bad guy. He just wanted his money back. Oh, Tommy just went, the Kardashians should have been on there because they killed 3 marriages. That's worthy of reading. We should do another one. Reset button. All right, everybody scratch. If I could change my list. Well, you know, that's the fun part of doing it, and I know. But my list, like, and I didn't complete the whole list, but I would say as far as a villain, Usual Suspects, Kaiser Soze. You know, go back and watch some of the screen. Judge Doom. Come on, Judge Doom was evil. I'm surprised Judge Doom didn't make like some top 5. And let me go through kind of my list here. And it wasn't really horror related. I'll just give you my top 5 so we don't like take up the whole stream, because mine is totally different. And then I'm going to end with kind of leaving it with whatever list we came up with. All right, so number 5, Norman Bates. Just that sound. Can you ever get that sound out of your mind? Even that song, right? Who was it? Rockwell? I always feel like somebody's watching me. What does he say? When I'm in the shower, I'm afraid to wash my hair, because when I open my eyes and find someone standing there. It's like that song just like permeated throughout my history, and then I just always hear that eek. And then, everybody's just used that sound. So Norman Bates is always going to be kind of like number 5 for me. Then I'd probably say the Joker's got to be up there somewhere. And especially Heath Ledger's version of the Joker. And then number 3, Tyler Durden. Number 2, Hans Gruber. Yippee-ki-yay. Mother. And then number 1, American Psycho. American Psycho is one of the greatest movies ever. Can't believe you guys didn't put that up on your list. So that's my list. And I'm going to read a few individual comments, but once again, for those people watching late, here it is. Number 9, Jigsaw. Number 8, Michael Myers. Number 7, Jason Voorhees. Number 6, The Joker. Number 5, John Doe from 7. Number 4, Norman Bates. Number 3, Pennywise. Number 2, Hannibal. And our number 1 villain of all time, and I'm totally okay with that, even though it's different than my list. Darth Vader's good, because Darth Vader's on a lot of people's list. I mean, anyone, I don't know, maybe that's where I got my love of music, is from Patrick Bateman. I mean, anybody's getting ready to, they put plastic all over their house and are that meticulous and is listening to Phil Collins and telling you Genesis and the year Susudio was actually made before they go into a psychotic rage. Yeah. All right, a few more individual comments, and we will wind this thing down. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Sometimes we got to talk ourselves into the list. And you know what? To the people on the 999 Army that didn't show up, they'll log their comments below, and it'll probably change a lot of the list. Yeah, he was very meticulous. Yeah, if you ever go to his house, you have some sorbet. And I just love, I love the way he sweats with the business cards. It's like, this is I don't have the exact quote, but it was something along those lines, like, that's a fine linen with a nice embossed card. I mean, just the attention to detail is just amazing to me. Maybe we just have like an American Psycho stream one time and just analyze the movie. All right, everybody, we're going to wind this down. I want to thank all of you for being here. We're going to put a little bit more thought into it. We'll announce it a little bit earlier, make sure we get the best sampling as possible. But that is our 999 Gaming Top 9 of all time. Thanks to all of you for participating. I'm going to do a few shout-outs here, and we will wind this thing down. So thank you, Lindsay Luke, Double L in the house, for being part of the stream. Dark Angel, Emmy Desiree Bacon, Carol McFry, thank you so much. Who else we got in the house? Kelly, what's going on? Kel says it's just too long. How about just Kel? Kels. Ann Hodge, thank you for being here. Kelly Golan Zenier, thanks. Steph Richardson. Israel Marion, what's up? Israel, we missed you. We needed your input on the villains. Xantos, we needed your input. So you guys, once the stream goes live, make sure you guys get over there and leave your top 3. Northside Queen, thank you so much. Kai Timmons, thank you so much. Tommy Sweetass McCandless, always a pleasure, sir. Jamie Taylor. D. Mooney, what's up? Thanks for being here. Walani, thank you. Appreciate that. And thanks to everybody just for making this list. Lynn Myers was driving and could not type. And, hey, hopefully you guys just have a good time hanging out with us on Thursday night. And this will be a regular occurrence. So we'll drum it up. We'll get a few more people. Ann Hodge, thank you for being here. And the topics are just going to jump all the way around. But if people want to be a part of actually making this list and getting their input in there, they'll show up. I know we didn't do the stream last week, though. So I think I confused a few people because I was out of town. Deidre Perkins, thank you so much. Catch you next time. Yeah, next time we might have to specify and just do horror villains. Kel was like, "That, you know what? That is dedication." All right, I think I hit most of the shout-outs. Appreciate all of you guys being here. We're going to wind this thing down, and I will... I have some videos up for you guys, a little bit of gameplay, a little bit of Walking Dead theory, some stuff coming up. A little bit tomorrow, a little bit, so we'll be all throughout the week. I know normally there's a day off or there, but we're going to do double time. So I'm trying to push these comic books for you guys as quick as possible. So stay tuned. I'm sure you guys get another comic book read tomorrow. All right, thanks once again, everybody. Talk to you soon. Peace.